Time for exact notes. It's just exact notes. Music rocks. Yeah.
Well, good morning, and by morning, I don't mean time of day, I mean Good Morning the song, because that's the song we're working on. Let's add some style. I've gone and done something awful. You're thinking like, oh yeah, there he is again, he's got his coffee. Sure I do, but here's what I've done that's so bad. It's a teacup. Look at that, tea time. I like it, it's got the clock on it, and then it says tea time. Bah! But it's coffee, it's not tea. If you're British or English and you're watching, I'm really sorry for this whole thing. I'm gonna put this away so that I don't get angry. Angry fan mail from England. Wait, it wouldn't be fan mail, it'd be like hate mail, so I don't get hate mail from England. Don't hate, guys, just like coffee. Okay, we're gonna add some style now. So far we've talked about style only a little bit. In the beginning of the song we used the tip of the bow, but that's not really style, it's a performance dynamic. But what we want to talk about in this video is impressionism. So, when you're in the middle of the woods, if you've ever gone camping, you know at nighttime there's some sounds, like we hear the sounds of the night, the music of the night, crickets chirping and that sort of thing, but morning has a whole different soundtrack. That's when some of the first sounds that you hear are the birds that are chirping, chirp, 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 and then the forest gradually wakes up. You might eventually hear things like squirrels running through the leaves and like the rustling of those kind of sounds, and then you might hear something like deer walking through, bullfrogs maybe making their little ribbit sounds and stuff. Trying not to sneeze over here. Okay, there we go, I'm a little sniffly. Well, anyway, what we want to do is get across some of the impressions of the forest. And those sound like little whistles to me, like it sounds a little bit more like a bird. That was pretty bad, but you know, get the idea. We're going to find some spots that we can throw some of these ideas in. So the very first one I want you to try is the second note. We've got the 2 that we played on the E string. Go ahead and play that. And then instead of just playing the 0, I'm going to go O to O, like that. And that sounds like a bird call to me a little bit. So we're going to try to make a little bit of a bird sound here. And then you keep going right into the 4. And then the next measure, measure 3, is the same as measure 1. So if we want to make it a little bit more awake, we can throw, instead of just a grace note where we go O2, O quickly once, we can go O2, 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 O2 like this. And all I'm doing is putting my second finger on and off in its little spot there. So as the bow pulls across the string, it continues making that little sound. But we don't have a lot of time to do it, so we might only be able to go on and off like 2 or 3 times. But every time we go on and off, we're playing 2 notes. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sounds right there. Like that, see? So the faster you get it, the better. And the trick to doing a fast trill, besides practice of course, is to not lift off too high. If I have to go real high like that, I can only get a slow trill. But if I go real slow, or if I only lift it off a little bit, it makes me go faster. Because I have less motion. So we want to keep a pretty tight motion close to the fingerboard. And that's measure 3. And then here we have almost the effect of a trill because it's going from A4 up a step to the open E. And doesn't that sound a little bit kind of like if I was just doing 2 fingers on and off like it? And what I did there is I went up and I put my pointer finger on the blue line. This is called 3rd position. And then instead of using the open E string, I put a 2 on that orange line because that makes the same sound as the open E string. It has a slightly different tonal quality, but it's the same pitch. See how they sound the same, but one has a brighter kind of sound? That's called timbre. It has a different timbre. Okay, so anyway. So let's try all of line 1. Oh, I forgot to do the grace note at the second note there. It was supposed to go like this. 2, O, 2, O, 4, 2, 4, O, 2. But you know the thing about music? It's not like a painting where once you like put the color on, you're a little bit more committed unless you like add some extra layers or scrape the paint off. In music, it can be different every time. And that time I thought, ooh, it's a little bit too much for the very beginning. We were just kind of waking up the woods, right? So I'm going to move some of these techniques to lines 3 and 4 instead. And let's do lines 1 and 2 kind of normal. So play along with me here. Ready? Line 1. 1, 2, 3. And a little stronger there just because I'm coming back to it. There, I might put a little trill. And now let's go into line 3. There, that's nicer. I'm using the same idea. There you go. So those are some ideas that you can throw into the first part of the song, and those would work for any part of the song. So go ahead and take them and put them wherever you like, and let me know what you decided and if it sounds cool. And give yourself a round of applause. Good job.
Good? Is that a wrap? I think we're good for today. Everybody! Great job. That's a wrap. Nice work. Real solid. Great.